I listened hopefully as Aileen told me her idea, for her to write down her own words and then show me what she's written. I tried to act excited, but I knew I'd have to rewrite everything, wasting even more time. I didn't want to insult Aileen when she told me her idea. I tried to urge her out of it over the phone. Writing isn't that easy, and you wouldn't have time for this anyway, Aileen, not with a full-time job. Can't be much different than writing my prayers every night. You don't say your prayers then? Find I can get my point across a lot better, writing them down. I write an hour, sometimes two, every day. I was impressed. That was a lot more than I wrote on some days. I told her we'd try it just to get the project going. She backtracks to her first job at 13. I come home that morning after I'd been fired and stood outside of my house with my new work shoes on. The shoes my mama paid a month's worth of light bill for. I guess that's when I understood what shame was, and the color of it too. Shame ain't black like dirt, like I always thought it was. Shame be the color of a new white uniform your mother ironed all night to pay for, white without a smudge or a speck of work dirt on it. Every other night, for the next 2 weeks, she reads her writing and I type, the details thickening, the baby's faces sliding into focus. Abileen's writing is clear, honest. I tell her so. On a Monday afternoon, I stop by the library. I search through card catalogs and scan the shelves, but see nothing on domestic workers. In nonfiction, I spot a single copy of Frederick Douglass, An American Slave. I grab it, but when I open it, I see the middle section has been ripped out. On the inside, someone has written "Nigger Book" in purple crayon. In the Mississippi History Room, I search for anything remotely resembling race relations, and that's when I spot a booklet. I slide it down to glance at the cover. Compilation of Jim Crow Laws of the South, the cover reads. I open the noisy cover page. It shall be unlawful for a white person to marry anyone except a white person. Any marriage in violation of this section shall be void. Books shall not be interchangeable between white and colored schools, but shall continue to be used by the race first using them. I read through 4 of the 25 pages, mesmerized by how many laws exist to separate us. We all know about these laws. We live here, but we don't talk about them. This is the first time I've ever seen them written down. After a while, my mind done drifts to where I wish it wouldn't. I reckon I know pretty well what would happen if the white ladies found out we was writing about them, telling the truth of what they really like. Women's, they ain't like men. A woman ain't gonna beat you with no stick. No, white ladies like to keep their hands clean. First thing a white lady gonna do is fire you. You upset, but you'll figure you'll find another job when things settle down, when the white lady get round to forgetting. But a week after you lost your job, you get this little yellow envelope stuck on your screen door. The paper inside say, "Notice of eviction." You start to panic some then. If you got a note on your car, they gonna repossess it. If you have a parking ticket you ain't paid, you going to jail. Weeks pass, and nothing. No jobs, no money, no house. You hope this is the end of it, that she done enough. She ready to forget. But while the nightmare's happening, the burning, or the cutting, or the beating, you realize something you've known all your life. The white lady don't ever forget, and she ain't gonna stop till you dead. When the book is finished, Skeeter sends the final product to Harper & Row Publishers in New York. After weeks of waiting, both Skeeter and Aileen are flattered to find out that their book will be published. Skeeter gets offered a job by Harper & Row, and she decides to take it. Aileen, I went to the paper on Friday and quit my Miss Myrna job. I told Mr. Golden I think the next Miss Myrna should be you. Today he called me and said yes, as long as you don't tell anybody, he'd pay you the same as me, $10 a week. Me? Working for the white newspaper? Thank you, Miss Skeeter, for this, for everything. When I get to Miss Leafold's, the house is real quiet. I put my bag down in the laundry room and Miss Leafold looking at me. Still got her hair curlers in. Then she tell me I'd done steal some silver. The room getting blurry. I ain't stole no silver service, Miss Leafold. Just the words make me want to run. Then, real quick, she fires me. I get my coat and my pocketbook. I walk out the back door. I walk down the hot sidewalk, wondering what I'm going to do with the rest of my day, the rest of my life. Paper going to pay me $10 a week. Still, it ain't enough to live my whole life on. I stand at this bus stop like I've been doing for 40-odd years. In 30 minutes, my whole life's done. Maybe I ought to keep writing, not just for the newspaper, but for something else, about all the people I know, and the things I've seen and done. Maybe I ain't too old to start over, I think. And I laugh and cry at the same time at this, 'cause just last night, I thought I was finished with everything new.